Hey Android fans, this is Eric from hollywoodfrodo.com with another Android app review. Today I'm going to be talking about the app ADWEX, and that is the paid version of the home launcher ADW, which I think is an excellent home launcher. So let's hop on my phone and I will show you how it works and a lot of the features and why I think it's one of the best home launchers available on the market today. Okay, so here you can see my home screen set up with ADW. This is my main screen. I have it set up very much like sort of an HTC Sense type of setup, because I actually kind of like HTC Sense, at least what it was. I haven't experienced the new 4.0 ice cream version yet. But I have it set up with 5 screens, but as you'll see in settings, you can have as many screens as you want. One of the things I love about this launcher is this dock down at the bottom, which allows you to not only have 5 apps, but you can have an extra row. So I have easy access to any of those apps anytime I want. You can resize widgets on this screen. This widget is technically not as long as I have it made. I have the height, I lengthened it. This widget, I actually kind of shortened it. It's from Astrid. So you can change up and resize widgets on ADW Launcher. One thing you'll notice looking at a page that just has apps is that I have 5 rows instead of 4. Because I think that's like the perfect amount. I, for one, hate having the name underneath the icons, because my feelings are, if you have the name, you don't need the icon. If you have the icon, you don't need the name. A picture's worth 1,000 words, so why do you need 2 or 3 underneath any of these pictures to tell you what app that is? You can look at the picture and know what app it is. So that's my philosophy. You may feel differently, but in ADW you have the option to disable having labels underneath the icons. So that's why I have 5 rows of icons with no labels underneath. Another thing that's really cool, if you long click on something, you'll see you can remove it, edit, manage, or share. If you click edit, you can go in here. If you did have labels, you could rename that label, make it anything you wanted to. And if you click the icon, you can select a picture. So you can select a picture from your gallery, you can select and crop a picture if you want to, which is great. For example, to create the little neon glowing icons you saw on my tray, I use the Icon Ultimate, which is obviously an icon app, and I reviewed that, so you can read the review on that. It's the best icon app out there. And it integrates with anything that uses pictures, so it allows you to easily change those icons. So anyway, just wanted to sort of show you my home screen before we went into the settings. If you go to menu here and you go to, you see more, you hit the more button, then you see ADW settings. So you select that and you can see all the different versions, all the different settings that you can mess with. You've got a lot of presets. If you click that, you can select from any of these preset configurations. See, Nexus-ish, iPhone-ish, and you can create your own preset. I didn't do that because I wanted to kind of create my own thing, so I left it as it was. Under UI settings, icons, you can again, there's so much customization here. If you want backgrounds on the icons, then you can choose that, and then you can choose a custom color, and you can choose if you want the background to be glossy or not. I don't use that because I like to keep it fairly simple. And new icons, which is a new design for desktop icons. Then you can go in and new icon settings, and you can select those things. And then the highlight press color, so when you press the icon, what color does it highlight to let you know you've pressed it. And so you can customize that. I chose a blue color for mine. If you go to main dock, you can enable or you can disable the dock. So if you don't want to have it, you don't have to have it. You can disable it. Dock as an overlay, don't shrink the desktop. So if you have the dock as an overlay, then it lays on top of your screen as opposed to moving your screen up. You can have dock size, so you have the number of icons. I have 5 because that to me is the perfect amount. Icons are big enough without being, you don't want them to be so tiny that you're always hitting the wrong one. Reflection, you probably saw in my dock, I have reflection showing. I think that gives it a cool look. And then advanced settings, you can auto size. I have the dock to auto size based on how many icons I have. And then the dock icon scale, so you change the visual size of the icons. Auto scroll, dock icons tint, so you can have graphic tinting to any of the icons that are in there. I'm using custom icons. I have them all neon orange, so that's not really important for me. But if you were using the stock icons, then you could tint them all to be a similar color, which would be kind of a cool thing to do. Going back, you got screen preferences. This is where you choose how many columns and how many rows. Of course, I left the number of columns, but I added a row. Desktop indicator, that's the 5 little dots I have at the top that show me which of my 5 screens I'm on. Indicator type, you have different types you can choose from. I have the dot, that's why I have 5 dots, but you have different ones that you can use, including the ICS slider. Home orientation, so that's your desired orientation, which for me is portrait. If you have auto sensor, then it'll switch to either portrait or landscape depending on how you're holding your phone. But I found that when it comes to my home screen, I don't really ever want my home screen to be in landscape, so I locked it into portrait. You can hide the status bar if you want to, so then your status bar doesn't show. You can allow for overlapping of widgets while resizing. It doesn't mean your widgets are going to overlap each other when you're done resizing, but it just allows you to do it while you're resizing things until you set it into place. And then advanced settings, hide icon labels. As you know, I did that because I hate icon labels. Auto stretch, and so it automatically stretches the icons and the widgets to kind of fit the grid space appropriately. And then auto close folders. You can create folders in ADW, and I'll show you that back on the home screen. And by checking this, when you launch an app that is in that folder, it'll close the folder automatically, which is great. And then drawer settings for your app drawer. There's a lot of different things you can choose from in here. You can choose the style, vertical old, horizontal paginated, vertical 40, vertical new. That's the one that I like. Horizontal fling. You can have it be full screen, so you hide the dock when you're opening the app drawer, which is what I do. But if you wanted the dock to remain, even when you're in your app drawer, you can have the dock remain. So that way, even when you leave your home screen and you go into the app drawer, your dock with your most important apps would still be available down at the bottom. You can choose the number of columns and rows you have in portrait and landscape. You can select a background color, the icon text color, which I did that. I chose like an orange color for mine. Fade to black, sort of an animation. Snap scroll when you're scrolling, so that it kind of locks the as you're scrolling. It's not going to. You're not going to have a row that's half showing and half not showing because it kind of snaps to the grid. And you can hide the labels on the app drawer as well. Now in the app drawer, I think it's fine. I don't mind having the labels. Actually, sometimes you need to know the name of an app because in other apps, sometimes you go by names and not by icons. So I'll go to my app drawer to find out what the official name of an app is. But you can hide it in there too if you want. And then folders. You can choose the folder style. So horizontal fling, vertical new, vertical paginated. Show contents. So instead of showing a folder icon, it'll actually show you the contents of a folder overlapped, and then auto size. That was all in UI settings. Then you go to general behavior. We've got animation and effects, infinite scroll. So this way, like on my desktop, when I get to the first, quote-unquote, first page or last page of my desktop, because I said I have 5 screens, so whether I'm on the first screen or the 5th screen, you can keep scrolling. It just goes around in a circle. You can change the transition effect, normal, random, tilt, fly in, rotate, zoom, catalog, curve, cards. A lot of things you can play around with as far as the look of your home screen and your launcher and how it works. Desktop scrolling speed you can change. The bounce, how it bounces. Wallpaper scrolling, if you want the wallpaper to move with the scroll. Sense previews, so you can use the sense-like implementation, which I don't use that. Animated drawer, so this turns whether the app drawer should display animations. Animate icons, so you can have a fly-in effect for the app drawer icons when you're opening or closing the app drawer. Desktop zoom makes it so that it zooms out the desktop when you're opening that app drawer. So it's just, all of these are just kind of animation effects, things that strictly about the look and the animation, not really functional things. And then gestures are kind of cool. Drawer swiping the opposite direction on the app drawer changes your current catalog. I don't use that. Home button binding, you can decide what you want the home button to do. I have it move, when I hit the home button it goes to the default desktop, but you can have it do all kinds of things. Open and close the app drawer, show or hide the status bar. You can have it open an app. If you want the home button to open an app, you can have it do that. And then ADW settings, you can have it automatically go to settings. So there's a lot of different things you can make it do. I did not want to change it though, so let me change it back to move to default desktop. Swipe down actions, and I'll show you this. This makes it so that when you swipe down on your home screen, you can have it do any of these things. I have it open an app, and then swipe up, I have it open and close the app drawer. But you can have it do show or hide the status bar, open or close notifications, a lot of different things you can have it do. And then system preferences, change the order of the application's menu items. So you can change the order in here if you want to do that. Show notifications, so you can enable the global notifications counter, which I tried that. It didn't work so well for me, so I disabled it. It's not something I feel like I really need anyway, but it's supposed to allow it to show like how many text messages you have or how many unread emails you have and that sort of thing. Select the font size for the notification bubbles. Again, I have 14 there, but I don't use that because it's only going to be used if you have show notifications checked. Wallpaper hack, this is just something that is in here. I guess there is an issue with some phones. You might get forced closes, and so you can enable or disable this to might help them. Scrolling cache, this is higher quality, will use more memory. So if you choose a high quality, low quality, or disabled, I have auto. I haven't had any issues with memory with that, so it's worked well for me. Opening transitions, so this is another animation thing. Select the animation to show when opening other applications. And I just have the default, which means ADW keeps out of the way and lets Android just handle it the way Android handles it. Which, generally speaking, if you start putting in a lot of animations and a lot of things like that, can have an effect on your phone. It can have a negative impact and cause some issues. So, you know, animations and things are cool, but I'm gonna generally go with performance over style if I have to pick between the two. I like to have both, but if I have to pick between the two, I'm gonna pick performance every time. Alright, let's see, we just came out of general behavior, and then you go to themes and preferences. And this is where you can select different themes, you can get themes. There are a lot of themes available on the market as well. Alternately, you can mix and match between your installed themes and or custom images. So you can, you know, choose here, and you can, if you have themes installed, you can choose all these different themes again, but I don't do that because I just handle it all manually. But it does allow you to sort of to easily and quickly theme your phone and have it look really cool. If you just go online and Google ADW themes, then you'll see a lot of themes and see a lot of pictures, a lot of different phones with different themes, and how you can, really theme out your phone if you want to. For me, I like the way mine looks. I like it's simple, but it has everything. Everything I need is there. Okay, so here we are back on the home screen. I told you I would show you folders. If you come over here, this is a folder that I created with ADW, and basically if I hit it, it launches up all the apps I've put in that. If I wanted to take something out of that folder, I would just long press it and then move it onto the screen. And when you want to add something to a folder, just long press it and then you move over to the folder. You see the folder highlights, the little ring of blue, and then I drop it, and then it's in there. To start a folder, all you have to do is long press one app and then hold it on top of another app. Again, you see that little blue ring. If I were to let go, that would automatically create a folder. If you have the selection where instead of showing a folder it shows icons, it still shows a folder, but then it would show the little icons on top of each other inside of that folder. Also, if you long press on an app, if you click Manage, then it immediately goes into that app inside of your settings, so that you can move to the SD card or clear data, clear cache, uninstall. So that's kind of a cool little bonus there. When you're adding something to the ADW home screen, you can add a launcher action. So if you click this, you'll see there's a big list here of different launcher actions, and so you can add any of these things. So I could add an ADW settings button. Now instead of having to go menu and go more and then ADW settings, I can just hit that and it would take me right into the ADW settings. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. Let me remove that. Removing something is easy. You long press and then you click remove. And you have the same general thing, shortcuts, custom shortcut widgets and folders. If you click shortcuts, and you can choose your applications, or you can choose from any of your general shortcuts that you have available on your phone, which is of course based on what apps you have set up in your phone. And real quick, I'll show you a widget. Let's pick any widget. Facebook's a good one. There's a Facebook widget. When it opens, you can automatically choose how many columns and rows you want it to take up. It's set for 4:2, so let's go ahead and do 4:2. But let's say I didn't like that. I could go edit, and I could change it. It's always hard when the little arrows are on the edge there. There we go. So there. So maybe I prefer doing it that way. I can do it that way, and then I still have this space. And this still shows most of what I'd want to see. You know, with some widgets it works better than others. It's also going to depend on how many rows and columns you have on your home screen, how it's going to look best. Real quick, I'll show you the gestures. If I gesture up on my home screen, it automatically opens my app drawer. And you can see my app drawer settings. I have the semi-opaque black background and then the orange labels. And you can see how it snaps so that it scrolls, and when it stops scrolling it snaps so that you see it's not going to stop like that where you have half an icon showing. When you scroll, it's going to snap into place. But that's a great feature. I think that anytime I want to get to my app drawer, all I got to do is scroll up and I'm in my app drawer. Then if I scroll down, that's going to launch my Eva/Evan/AVX voice control app. So I have that set up so anytime I scroll down, that's what it does. So as you see, it's really a great looking app. Some of these icons are actually folders, because even on a folder, if you long press a folder and click edit, you can change the icon of the folder. So for example, this folder is actually my 3 browsers that I use. This folder has 3 different Bible apps I use. Different things. This SMS folder has SMS, but also Facebook Messenger. So it's really great. I think it looks good. It's functional. Has a lot of cool features. The one thing I completely forgot to show you inside of settings is backup and restore, and that's pretty important. It's simple, but as you see, you can back up your ADW settings and you can back up your desktop configuration, and then you can restore them. That works especially well if you're working with a custom ROM, as I am. If you like to tweak things with your phone, if something kind of goes wrong, there's a good chance you can restore your desktop configuration so you don't have to start from scratch setting up your desktop or your ADW settings as well. So that's a great feature that it has also. Wanted to make sure I got that in there for you. So that is ADW EX. Again, EX is the paid version of ADW. There is a free version which does have a lot of the same features that the EX version does. Of course, the paid version is going to have more features. So if you get ADW, the free version, don't expect to see everything that I just showed you in that version. But it may be a good way to give it a test spin. I actually did have the free version and liked it a lot, and that's what prompted me to get the EX version with the extra features. So anyway, this is Eric with hollywoodfrodo.com, wrapping up another Android app review. As always, you can find all of my reviews on hollywoodfrodo.com, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, or just check out the channel and see all my reviews there. If you like my review, please click the like button. If you don't like it, then just move right along. Don't click anything. If you really don't like it, then you feel so compelled, you can click the dislike button. It won't hurt my feelings. I won't take it personally. But anyway, as always, I'm trying to bring you the most in-depth app reviews so that you can really see the insides of an app and how it works and the benefits before you lay down some cash to buy it or download it for free. It's free. Anyway, until next time, this is Eric reminding you that your Android phone is only going to be as good as you make it.